الله الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار. الله الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار.
As-Salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this episode about the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and in this episode we are going to take the last two attributes of Allah mentioned in the hadith transmitted by Imam Tirmidhi. The attribute number 98, which is Rasheed, the guide to the right path, and the 99, As-Saboor, the patient one. Now let us take the first one, which is Rasheed. Rasheed, which is coming from the word Rushd. Rushd is the guidance. And who is the source of that guidance? None but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants the people to receive that guidance. وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِي فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْشُدُونَ. And when the people ask you about me, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, tell them that I am very near. I respond to the person who calls me. So let them turn back to me. Let them have faith in me. لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْشُدُونَ, so that they can have the guidance. And in the same way, the saying of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, مَنْ يَهْدِ اللَّهُ فَهُوَ الْمُحْتَدِ مَنْ يَهْدِ اللَّهُ فَهُوَ الْمُحْتَدِي وَمَنْ يُضْلِلْ فَلَنْ تَجِدَ لَهُ وَلِيًّا مُرْشِدًا. The one who is guided by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he is the real person who can say that he is guided. And if someone is led, then nobody can guide him. So it means that the guidance comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And even the misguidance, that is according to the sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows both paths, path of guidance and path of misguidance. It is up to the man when he exercises his will and takes one step to the guidance, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helps him. أَمَّا مَنْ أَعْطَى وَاتَّقَى وَصَدَّقَ بِالْحُسْنَى فَسَنُيَسِّرُهُ لِلْيُسْرَى وَأَمَّا مَنْ بَخِلَ وَاسْتَغْنَى وَكَذَّبَ بِالْحُسْنَى فَسَنُيَسِّرُهُ لِلْعُسْرَى. That is the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The person who gives, who got the fear of Allah, the person who verifies, who believes in al-husna, it means al-aqibat al-husna, the good end which is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَسَنُيَسِّرُهُ لِلْيُسْرَى. We are going to make for him the path easy towards al-Jannah. On the other hand, the person who becomes a miser, a niggardly person, and then he shows that he is independent, and then he does not believe in al-husna, that is the end with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he does not believe in al-akhirah, we will make the path for him a very narrow path, a very difficult path. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the source of the guidance. He wants you to be guided. This is why He has sent all the messengers. He has sent our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam with the best guidance, and that is the guidance of Al-Quran. He wants you to be guided. Why did He create the heavens wider than the heaven and the earth put together? Why did He create that paradise? ثابقوا إلى جنة أرضها كأرض السماء والأرض. This is why, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to get into that al-Jannah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the source of guidance. Now, this word is used, the word rushd, in many ayat of Al-Quran. For example, let us take first from Surah Al-Jinn. قُلْ أُوحِيَ إِلَيَّ أَنَّهُ اسْتَمَعَ نَفَرٌ مِّنَ الْجِنِّ فَقَالُوا إِنَّا سَمِعْنَا قُرْآنًا عَجَبًا يَهْدِي إِلَى الرُّشْدِ فَآمَنَّا بِهِ وَلَن نُشْرِكَ بِرَبِّنَا أَحَدًا. Say that it has been revealed to me that a group from Al-Jinn listened to Al-Quran. And then they said, we have listened to a wonderful Al-Quran, a very wonderful recitation, Yahdi ila rushd, which is guiding to ar-rushd, to the right path, to the real guidance. So we believed in that, and we are not going to associate with God anyone. So this is the word ar-rushd, coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And now let us take this word which is used in a different context. That is the saying of Fir'aun the Pharaoh. When he said that he is the one who can guide. What did he say? He said, مَا أُرِيكُمْ إِلَّا مَا أَرَى وَمَا أَهْدِيكُمْ إِلَّا سَبِيلَ الرَّشَادِ. He is telling to his people after Musa alayhi salam approached Bani Israel. He approached the Pharaoh with the guidance. He said to the people that what I see, that is the real or the reality. And I am just leading you to the path of guidance. وَمَا أَهْدِيكُمْ إِلَّا سَبِيلَ الرَّشَادِ. But he was wrong. He was not telling the truth. Who was telling the truth? One person from among the people of Pharaoh who came running, and then he gave a very good speech in the court of Pharaoh. That person who was a believer, he said these words. وَقَالَ الَّذِي آمَنَ يَا قَوْمِ اتَّبِعُونِي أَهْدِكُمْ سَبِيلَ الرَّشَادِ. He said to the Pharaoh and all his courtiers, the person who believed, he said, O my people, follow me, I am going to guide you to the right paths. And that was the saying of all the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Telling the people that if you want to follow the right path, then follow us. For example, the saying of Suhaib alayhi salam, one of the prophets of Allah, he said, إِنْ أُرِيدُ إِلَّا الْإِصْلَاحَ مَا اسْتَطَعْتُ وَمَا تَوْفِيقِي إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ عَلَيْهِ تَوَكَّلْتُ وَإِلَيْهِ أُنِيبُ. إِنْ أُرِيدُ إِلَّا الْإِصْلَاحَ مَا اسْتَطَعْتُ. What is my duty? I just want to amend the matters, al-islah, to reconcile among the people, to do something which is good. Remember that the word salah is to do good. And the opposite of that word is al-fasad, to corrupt in the land. To corrupt in the land. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has used this word, ظَهَرَ الْفَصَادُ فِي الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ بِمَا كَسَبَتْ أَيْدِي النَّاسِ. The corruption has appeared in the land, in the sea. Why? Because of the earning of the people themselves. So when the word salah is used, islah is used, that is against the word fasad. Whatever is against the scheme of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is going to corrupt the land. And whatever is according to the scheme of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is going to correct it. This is why we say that al-Islam, Islam is to create islah, to make this world a haven of peace. Unlike those people who don't follow the ways of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they want to turn it into a land of corruption. And if you think more about this fact, you can see that yes, there are civilized people living on this world. They say that they are civilized. And they have invented so many things for the benefit of the mankind. Yes, as far as this world is concerned, they have done so many things good. But when it comes to the Sharia of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they fail. They don't want to abide by it. And this is how they are going to corrupt this land with immorality, with obscenity, with injustice, with killing, with murders, the incidents of rape, theft, robberies, just not the robbery of one individual, the robbery of the whole nation. Attacking a nation, attacking another nation to rob them from all the means of their livelihoods, or because of those means which are not available to the attacker, they want to take it from the people whom they attack. Is it not the case? The battles are being fought just for oil, and people just try to conceal their motives, that we want to bring democracy, for example. We want to let the people understand how to govern themselves. When they know, and they know it perfectly, that the Sharia of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the best system if it is implemented. The Sharia of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which provides for the poor and the needy, that great system of zakat, if it is implemented in its entirety, it is going to meet the demands of all the people living in a country. Because when you take the zakat money from the rich people and then you provide it to the poor people and the needy people, you will see that how it works. It has worked in the past. Why should it not work now in the present? And in the very same way, though the punishments or the penal code in Sharia seem to be very harsh, but if it is implemented, it becomes deterrent for the people. You don't see many people, their hands are going to be cut because of theft, because it is such a deterrent that if one person who got or who received that punishment, that is going to deter all other people. Anyhow, this topic is a vast topic. We were just discussing that the guidance comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is Ar-Rasheed. He is the guide to the right paths. Now we are heading towards the break, and after the break we are going to discuss about another attribute of Allah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
الله الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار.
Back to the Prophet. Join Sheikh Amar in the program Back to the Prophet, wherein he teaches us practical lessons from the Prophet's life and how this can help us to overcome our challenges in the present.
We talk about the life example of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, seeking guidance for ourselves. In the early days after the revelation of the Holy Quran, the Muslims were greatly persecuted, so much so that quite a few Muslims had to leave Arabia and migrate to Africa to live among Ahl Kitab, Christian people who followed the gospel of Christ.
الله الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now we are coming to the end of this series about the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The last attribute of Allah, which is mentioned in the hadith transmitted by At-Tirmidhi, number 99, As-Saboor the patient. As-Saboor, which is coming from As-Sabr. As-Sabr, which is the patience. In what sense Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is As-Saboor? In this sense that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, though He sees the people committing the sins, transgressing the limits of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but still He is not hasty in punishing them. He is patient. And as we have said earlier, He got that sunnah, that way of Allah, that He gives respite to the people. Gives them time. Let them repent. Let them ask for forgiveness. Let them turn back to the deen of Allah. He gives them times again and again. But still they don't come back. Then and only then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala catches them. And this is what is explained in this ayah of Surah Al-Nahl. وَلَوْ يُؤَاخِذُ اللَّهُ النَّاسَ بِظُلْمِهِمْ مَا تَرَكَ عَلَيْهَا مِنْ دَابَّةٍ وَلَكِنْ يُؤَخِّرُهُمْ إِلَىٰ أَجَلٍ مُّصَمًّى فَإِذَا جَاءَ أَجَلُهُمْ لَا يَسْتَأْخِرُونَ سَاعَةً وَلَا يَسْتَقْدِمُونَ. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taken the people because of their injustice, He did not have left even a single animal, a single soul living on this planet. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala delays them to an appointed terms, and then when that terms come, nobody is going to be given a respite even for a moment. Nobody is going to be delayed or expedited of that appointment. And in the very same way in Surah Al-Kahf, وَرَبُّكَ الْغَفُورُ ذُو الرَّحْمَةِ لَوْ يُؤَاخِذُهُمْ بِمَا كَسَبُوا لَعَجَّلَ لَهُمُ الْعَذَابِ بَلْ لَهُمْ مَوْعِدٌ لَنْ يَجِدُوا مِنْ دُونِهِ مَوْئِلًا وَتِلْكَ الْقُرَىٰ أَهْلَكْنَاهُمْ لَمَّا ظَلَمُوا وَجَعَلْنَا لِمَهْلِكِهِمْ مَوْعِدًا. And your Lord is forgiving and merciful. If He has to catch the people because of their sins, He could have hastened to punish them. No, but there is an appointment and there is no escape for them from that appointment. These are the towns we have destroyed because the people have done wrong. وَجَعَلْنَا لِمَحْلِكِهِمْ مَوْعِدًا, and we have made an appointment for their destruction. So that is the meaning of As-Saboor. There is another meaning, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who gives you how to have patience. He is the giver of the patience to the human beings. الَّذِي يُلْحِمُ الصَّبْرَ لِعِبَادِهِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who gives the patience to the people. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned this as a commandment. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا اصْبِرُوا وَصَابِرُوا وَرَابِطُوا وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تُفْلِحُونَ. O believers, have sabr, have patience. And then sabiru, that another type of steadfastness when you are meeting the enemy. Warabitu, guard the frontiers of your state. Wattaqullaha la'allakum tuflihun, and have fear of Allah. If you want success, you are going to be successful for that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has declared the month of fasting as the month of patience. As-Sawmu shahru sabri. The fasting means the month of fasting is the month of patience. What type of patience? Because patience is of three types. Patience upon as-sabru ala al-makarih, the patience upon things you don't like. As-sabru ala al-ta'at, the patience upon the acts of obedience. As-sabru ala al-masa'ib, the patience upon the afflictions. As-sabru ala ta'at, the patience upon the acts which are demanded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like the prayer, like the fasting, zakat and hajj. Yes, you need that patience. And patience here, it means that, for example, for Fajr prayer, you are not ready to leave your comfortable bed, but you say to your nafs, have patience, stand up, do wudu, and go for the prayer. You are forcing your nafs to stand up and offer that prayer. That is patience. In the very same way, the nafs does not want to keep away from food, from drink during the day in the month of fasting, but you are telling to your nafs, no, you can't eat, you can't drink until the breakfast time. This is again a sign of patience. In the very same way, you can say the same thing about giving zakat, same thing about al-hajj, same thing about so many other things. This is as-sabru ala ta'at. The second type is as-sabru ala al-ma'asi, patience upon the sins, because the nafs dictates you to do something bad. For example, committing adultery, for example, drinking wine, many things which are just sins. So you say to the nafs, no, don't do that. This is your patience. You always stop your nafs from committing a sin. This is how you control yourself. And as-sabru ala al-masa'ib, those afflictions which happen to you, adversaries, at that time you always show patience, you don't cry. You just say that this is the qada of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That was the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is how you show your patience. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَنَقْصٍ مِّنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ الَّذِينَ إِذَا أَصَابَتْهُمْ مُصِيبَةٌ قَالُوا إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ أُولَئِكَ عَلَيْهِمْ صَلَوَاتٌ مِّن رَبِّهِمْ وَرَحْمَةٌ وَأُولَئِكَ هُمُ الْمُهْتَدُونَ. We are going to try you with something of the hunger and the decrease in the fruits and the money, your wealth, and also the decrease in the souls, the death of the souls. That is going to happen to you. That is a trial from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ. But give the good news to those people who show patience. Whenever anything of this type happens to them, any calamity happens to them, what do they say? They simply say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. We are for Allah and we are going back to Allah. By saying this, by showing this patience, أُولَئِكَ عَلَيْهِمْ صَلَوَاتٌ مِّن رَبِّهِمْ وَرَحْمَةٌ. Upon them are the blessings of Allah and the mercy of Allah, and they are the people who are guided. This is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving you how to have patience, how to show patience. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to our Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, وَاصْبِرْ وَمَا صَبْرُكَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. Have patience, and this patience is only coming with Allah, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he said, فَاصْبِرْ كَمَا صَبَرَ أُولُو الْعَزْمِ مِنَ الرُّسُلِ. Have patience like the patience of the messengers of resolutions, the great messengers who are known to be as Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam, starting from Nuh alayhi salam and Ibrahim alayhi salam, and then Musa alayhi salam, and then Isa alayhi salam, and then our Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. These five are known to be ulul azmi min ar-rusul, the messengers with great resolution. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said about Sayyidina Ayyub alayhi salam, Inna wajadnahu sabira. We have found him the most patient one. Because Sayyidina Ayyub alayhi salam, though he complained to Allah by saying, Inni massani ash-shaytanu binusbin wa adhab, that the Satan has touched me with pain and with torment, but he was pleased with the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is why he did not wail and cry. He just turned to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in his patience. And this is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala declared him as the one with patience. Inna wajadnahu sabira. And when we are coming to the end of this program, let me say this dua in the end for me, for you, for everyone. Allahumma inni abduka wabnu abdik wabnu amatik nasiyati biyadik madin fiya hukmuk adlun fiya qada'uk as'aluka bikulli ismin huwa lak sammaytahu nafsak أو أنزلته في كتابك أو علمته أحدا من خلقك أو استأثرت به في علم الغيب عندك أن تجعل القرآن العظيم ربيع قلوبنا ونور صدورنا وجلاء همومنا وأحزاننا. What a good dua it is. You are saying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Oh Allah, I am the son of your slave man. I am the son of your slave woman. My forehead is in your hands. In me, your judgment has to pass. In me, your decree is just. I ask you through all those names which belong to you, those names you have named yourself, or you have brought them down in your book, or you have teach them any of your creatures, or you have preferred them to be with you in the unseen, in the knowledge unseen. I ask you through all these names to make Al-Quran, to declare Al-Quran the spring of our hearts, Rabi'a qulubina, and the light of our breasts, wa nura sudurina, وَجَلَاءَ هُمُومِنَا وَأَحْزَانِنَا, and the removal of all our worries and all our pains. May Allah accept this prayer from us. And with this, I ask for your permission. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار. الله الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار.